Hey again everybody, Tim here, timscomputerfix.net. This is my live stream, so bear in mind this is a live feed. If you're looking to see my follow-up video here of repairing this Asus G46V laptop, you can skip along in this video a little bit, and we're going to continue to troubleshoot this laptop, and I'll pick up from where I left off on my last live stream. But I'm going to wait here just for a minute or two and see if we can get the chat to populate. So we'll do that, and I will recap what we have found before on this laptop when we were troubleshooting the screen issue. Glad everybody can join me. Let's wait to see who we get here in the chat. Please keep in mind that during this live feed, this is a live feed from my shop. My business is open at the moment. I may get customers who pop up unknowingly, and I may get phone calls that I may have to take that I didn't expect. So there may be one or two small delays during this process. C. Perry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I'm just going to chill out here a minute so we can see if we can get anybody else in here in the chat. All right. Oh, and I think I have my sound issue kind of sorted. Do I sound okay? Like I say, if you're watching this video after the live stream and you're looking for the repair of the Asus G46V, you can skip along a bit in this video, as I am just giving a little bit of time for the chat to populate here a little bit. That's good to hear. Good to hear. We'll just give it a little bit more time here, and then I'll just go ahead and get started. Going to hang out with you guys a little bit. This is nothing like my that's not a plug. Yes, it is water. It is water. All right. So I'm just going to continue on. I don't know if any of you remember whenever I was doing the initial repair on this Asus laptop with the screen issue. Give it just about another minute or two here and I'll get right into it. Still getting used to this live streaming thing, but I think I've got it down pretty good, I think. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, I know. There's a delay. That's to be expected. No problem. I'm kind of used to that. Well, I tell you what. Help me out, C. Perry. I'm going to put you as moderator, okay? And I'm going to get this thing started here real quick. Alright, so if you remember on my last live feed, I had this Asus G46V laptop that got into my shop because it had a screen issue. So we've pretty much, I'll kind of recap real quick what had happened with that. When we powered on the laptop, this is the old screen. When we powered it on, it had a line right down across it like this here, and the screen was distorted, and then it also flickered, so it wasn't like lighting up or staying lit. It would kind of flicker a bit, and every time I would kind of move the lid, you know, the flickering, it would the backlight would go out on the screen. But so that kind of concerned me. And then as we took off the bezel in that video, I took the bezel off, and when we flipped it back, I noticed that the cable that goes into the screen looked kind of bent, like it is, like you see here. So it looked a little bit distorted, and that was a concern to me because the backlight on this screen, even though it was busted and had a crack down it, the backlight was flickering, which led me to believe that quite possibly there could be an issue with the cable. So we're at this point now, and this is where I put all my little screws and the little tabs that go over the screws on the bezel. It's got that nicely tucked away on a little Ziploc baggie there. We'll set that aside. But guess what? The screen came in. So I figured I'd start the live stream again, and let's have a look at this together, shall we? Pop this guy open here. Ah, Lucas, what's going on? All right, see what we got. We can set the old screen aside. That's no good to us. All right, okay, new screen. Here we go. Yes, I'm hoping that it was just the screen itself to make this job simple, you know. Hopefully we can plug this guy right in and it'll fire right up. All right. And so this screen has a protective plastic over it, which is what we want. I just usually take a quick look at it just to be sure I don't notice any physical damage out of the box, and I don't. So all I'm going to do really is we're just going to go ahead and test the screen. Now again, remember, the reason why I ordered a screen knowing that the cable might be bad is because the screen needed to be replaced anyway. It had a crack in it. So, but the way this cable looks, I don't know. So I'm just going to plug this in, make sure it snaps in nicely. Oop. Sometimes that can be a bit finicky, huh? Let's see. Just gotta hold your tongue right. I'll get it. I get it. Alright. That looks nice. It's nice and tight in there, and it kind of snapped in a little bit. Looks good. That looks good. Okay, so all I'm going to do at this point is just flip it up and set it right here. And let's plug it in. Let's see what we got. Like I say, hopefully it'll just fire right off and light right up, but we'll see. So we got power to it, and I'll hit the power button, and I got lights. We got the backlit keyboard, and we do not have video at this point. So let me just give it a second here. Give it a second. Got lights. So now we got to figure out what's going on here. So let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I can see a faint image. 1 second. I can see a faint image. You guys see that? I think I see it on camera right there. So we see a faint image. What we're not getting is backlight. And another way to check for faint images is if you put, you know, a flashlight or something on it to where you can see it. So we know the video, the screen is getting some sort of data from the cable, but you know, just because we don't have backlight, you know, does not mean that it is the screen itself. It's a brand new screen. Odds are the screen is okay, but that leads me right back down to the video cable itself that I was concerned about. Backlight, no backlight can be caused by a bad video cable. It also could be a much worse problem. It could be a motherboard issue, as far as sometimes there's fuses on the board that control the backlight output to the screen. But you know, I always want to just try to eliminate the you know, least expensive issue first. So let's see, it looks like it went back. I can still see. Let me hit that again. I can bring this back up. So what I want to do now in this case is I want to just poke around and have a little, just see if I can, I'm manipulating the video cable here to see if I can at least get a change in what I'm seeing. Let me try to, oh, uh-oh, see that? Aha, see if I can get it to do that again. Oh, see it flashing. So that's a good thing. Let me see if I can get it to stay. Hang on. A little bit. Ah, darn it. Well, anyway, so what that tells me, there we go. What that tells me is that down here, where this cable, see, I'm just touching that cable, where that video cable curls around and goes down into the hinge area, it has been, it's been, you know, damaged basically. It's a bad cable. It's a bad cable, pretty much what that is. So now, you know, that pretty much tells us that the screen is okay, and the motherboard is okay. Now, I forgot to mention about that. I forgot to mention that when we first was troubleshooting this with the old screen too, I did hook up an external monitor. If you guys remember, hooked up an external monitor, and we got video. So that, yes, yes, I'm flashing you. You haven't seen flashing, you know. Wait till after the show's over. I'll start another feed. I'm just kidding. Cool. So at least we know it's not a motherboard issue. It's definitely a data cable issue to the screen. So my next step would be to strip down the laptop and get it all the way down to where we can see the data cable to the screen, and hopefully read like a part number off of that data cable and match it up online and see if we can find a good data cable. And you know, I think that will pretty much fix his issue, and it will also keep, you know, the repair, you know, still relatively affordable versus it being like a motherboard issue or something. So in my opinion, that's good news. So I'll have to contact him. I'm not going to strip this laptop down in this video, but I tell you what I will do. I will I'll try to fire up the camera again and start the live feed when I do, possibly on Monday, depending upon how things go with what I have. But that is pretty much it. What I want to do here is, let's see if I can get this to where I can see it, where I can properly shut it down. That's going to be kind of fun, huh? That's not going to work out. Maybe. Oh. Well, I guess you guys are seeing the name of my client. That's okay. I'm just going to hold the power button down and have it shut off. I'm not a big fan of passing on anybody's personal information on my channel like that, so that's another thing I got to keep in mind when I'm doing these feeds. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually, look what I got here. Is Asus nice to me? Because Dell and HP, what they usually do is have the part number of the data cable at the end where it tags into the motherboard. But what I have here, I have an actual part number. Cool. Yep. But it doesn't matter to me anyways. I still strip it down and get a visual on everything before I order, because I just want to make darn sure that the one I'm ordering looks exactly like the one I'm taking off. But I'm sure this, unplug this guy here, and I'm sure this strips down like any other Asus here. Yeah, there's some screws to take out on the bottom, and we'll take off this bottom piece and all that, but we'll do that. I'll do that like on Monday. I just wanted to at least get it, you know, I was hoping I could just get it repaired, but I'm not going to strip it down right now into this video. So I'm just going to chill out right here for a second with you guys. I'm going to look at the chat here. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, time to take that money on the procedure. Laptop ribbon cables are a pain in my butt. So are Wi-Fi cables. You know what? Those doggone Wi-Fi antenna cables is what you're talking about. I'm telling you, I have a time with those. I hate fiddling with those things. It's a pain in my you-know-what. Oh, yeah. I thought it would be the pins on the connector. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it could have been, but it's not. It could have been the pins. Oh, my mic sounds clear. I know. I sorted that out. This blue snowball. So the funny thing about that is I had it plugged into my front panel connector on the computer, and it would work for about 2 minutes and then just drop out for no reason, right? I'm like, what in the world? So you'd have to like reset it in OBS. It'd come back on. 2 minutes later, it'd drop out for no reason, right? So then I got to thinking, and then I had to go back to using that lapel mic, which I don't understand why that sounds so bad. But anyway, so I got to thinking, I'm going, you know what? I wonder if I plug that blue snowball into the back, into the motherboard, I wonder if it would stay, you know, stay online or whatever, and stay connected. And that's what I did, and be darned, man. So I was happy with that, because that was kind of, see, I don't want to have to go out and buy a mixer and all this stuff, man. You know, I've got the equipment and all the mic, a decent mic anyway, so I don't know. That's good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah. Well, anyways, fellas, I appreciate you both for being in here. C. Perry, DK Lucas. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this up again on Monday, and we'll have a part 3 on this. Kind of show you. Oh yeah, this one. This is another one I'm going to do live. This is another one I'm going to do live. I'm troubleshooting this one, and this one will be, I think I've narrowed it down to the problem, but what I want to do is I want to it's sort of a basic repair, well, basic to me, but I think I want to share it live with everybody else too. So this is another little sneak peek on another live one I'm going to be doing here real soon, possibly Monday. I might pop on tomorrow at some point, Sunday, but I don't know. But anyways, guys, I will be back. I'll start the feed again. I'll reiterate, I don't want these live videos to go on and on and on for forever. But pop in and say hello. I appreciate everybody for showing up, whoever showed up, and hey, we'll see you again next time. See ya.